Hello, everybody. Hi, it's Christy-Faith again. How are you? How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome. This is Christy-Faith going live. We're talking all about homeschooling. Welcome. I'm so excited to be with you guys tonight. Hi, come on in. This is Christy-Faith. I'm Christy-Faith. We're talking all about homeschooling. I love you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. I want to talk about any question you have about homeschooling, but also I want to share some wins and some encouraging things that have happened to us in the last week. So please come in. Hi, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're here. Please come in. Tell me your homeschool win this week. Tell me what went well. I'll tell you what went well for us is today we did one of our Advent activities and it was magical. It was like a Christmas magical time. We went to a place where we did crafts and it was phenomenal. I did not even pick up my phone. I just was present and in the moment with my kids and they had the best time ever. And it was, when all the other kids were in school and we basically had this art place to ourselves and it was amazing. Please tell me your homeschool win. I want to hear what you're doing. Are you guys doing daily activities for the Advent season? I would love to know. We do that. I make sure to tell my kids, you do realize we're a little extra, right? Because not every family does that. Hey, babe, would you mind closing that door? Because I hear the kids are downstairs cleaning the kitchen, but they know I'm up here on a live. And then I'm going to go back down after the live and then we'll put them all to bed. Yes. Oh my goodness, Brittany, your son who has special needs was able to read a Bob book on his own today. Can we get hearts for her? That is huge, beyond huge and exciting. That is really cool. What are some of your other wins, you guys? I want to hear. How did it go in your homeschooling today or this past week? I want to know what fun things you have planned for the Christmas season. Hello. Oh, hi, boy mama. Hi, I'm so glad. Awesome. It's good to see you here tonight. Yay, come on in, you guys. I'm so excited to be here. My kids are downstairs cleaning the kitchen, so what better time to escape and be with you? Can you guys, I have some struggles watching my kids clean up. It's a little bit cringy, and so it's better if I remove myself because then I don't see what actually happens. And you know what? 98% of the time, the job gets done and nothing gets broken. So I don't need the anxiety of watching it happen and how they do it. I want to just say tonight, if I usually can't, I try to get to every single question. If I can't, please help each other in the comments. We have an amazing community of homeschool moms here on this app. You guys are so knowledgeable, amazing experts. Please help each other, especially if you see me not being able to get to a question. Jennifer enjoyed hot chocolate and chess with your 6-year-old while he told me that what he's learning about China. Yeah, that's homeschooling. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's really cool. I did not know that My Father's World gives you a 2-week Christmas curriculum. I did not know that. I really like that. It's like a break from regularly scheduled programming, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Does anybody else use My Father's World? What curriculum are you guys using this year? I'd love to know. What are you loving about your curriculum? Let me take a sip of water. Oh my goodness. You met another, I am X2. You met another homeschool mom today to get info on how to start the homeschooling journey with your son. Yes, that's awesome. Now, I can't recognize usernames. Are you already in my community? I don't know username. I know real names, but I don't know usernames, like on social media platforms. So I'd love to know if you're in my community and if we've already met. But that's pretty cool. Awesome. Okay, Jennifer Harley, Ambleside. Yes. Ambleside is the gold standard of Charlotte Mason homeschooling. And they keep getting better and better. A lot of people believe that because Ambleside is free, that it's not good or not rigorous. And that is absolutely not true. It is the true gold standard when it comes to homeschooling in the Charlotte Mason method. I'm so glad that you found that today. That's going to be really exciting. Yay! Yes. Question. We have a question. Good.
Yeah, Lana started the process to get in the community.
Oh, Lana, awesome! Yay! Good. So I want you guys to know that don't be offended. I don't know usernames versus real names. So please, if you're already in my community, tell me who you are so that I can see. Because if you're like, hi, it's me, I won't know who you are because I know your real name, but not your username. Yeah, if you guys are in my community, let me know. I want to see you guys here tonight.
Tommy Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda. Oh, hi, Julie.
He's asking about talk about participating in sports.
Tommy Lasorda. Good. I love your username. Yes, there is never been a single homeschooler that I have ever met who felt like they had to sacrifice sports for the sake of homeschooling. Ever. For so many reasons. You can do any sport that you want, but also a lot of the states require legally that homeschoolers cannot be discriminated against. So that means that many homeschoolers, even when they are 100% homeschooled, can participate in even the high school sports teams. So go check out HSLDA and your particular state laws. Of course, there are all the other sports, the club sports, the volleyball, the golf, the swimming, all of that. You don't need to be in a school to compete on a very competitive level in those sports. In fact, one of the staples of our homeschooling business when we were in Los Angeles was child athletes. They were homeschooling because they needed the time to train, because they were on a whole different track. So look into it, check your state laws. I would be very surprised if you found yourself dissatisfied with what you could offer your kids. Very surprised. Yeah. Okay. Good. More questions.
Kiana and Jennifer from the group are here.
Hi, Kiana and Jennifer. Yay! Good. And you said your name because I don't recognize usernames. I'm so glad you're here. I'm still trying to welcome everybody. I think there are 4 that I still need to welcome. I hope that's not you. I hope you have been personally welcomed by me because I'm so excited that you're there.
Lots of curriculum questions.
Yeah,
today.
Ask the curriculum questions.
Audrey over on YouTube. Are you familiar
Hi,
with
Audrey.
Peaceful Press curriculums? Thoughts on it? I've seen it all over Insta.
Oh, interesting. Peaceful Press. No, I have not. I've never used that curriculum, so I cannot say. Yeah.
Great. Laura Beth, 109, mornings.
Hi, Laura.
Mornings are rough. I get edgy by 9 a.m., and sometimes I can't recover.
Oh, seriously, this is Laura? Is Laura your
Beth.
Laura Beth? Okay, girl, you and I would be best friends. Okay, so in fact, an email that I'm writing right now is about the myth of the perfect homeschool mom. People think we're patient. They think that we just, will cook all day and are just super nurturing and patient and all. And I'm like, we are not that. We are regular moms. Often by 9 a.m., I am already completely overstimulated in my auditory processing, and I have to put on my noise-canceling headphones. Unfortunately, and this is a character flaw that I am working on, I'm not naturally very patient either. I get so many comments all the time. Oh, Christy, you must be so patient because you're a homeschool mom. I can guarantee to them that I am probably less patient than them. We're regular people. We are just like every other mom. We just have a mission, and we're going to figure it out. But so some strategies that I've done is, of course, noise canceling headphones. It's the bickering, the sibling bickering just gets under my skin. And so I have had to really grow in my parenting with managing the sibling bickering, and work towards, if there is something that drives me absolutely batty, that is a flag for me that this is something I really need to address in my parenting and in my kids' relationships, and an area that I need to grow in. So homeschooling in that sense is not for the faint of heart. It's not for someone who is a lazy mom. I'm not saying that moms who put their kids in school are lazy. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is I almost feel like with homeschooling, you have a choice of, one, digging deep and working on your dirty stuff, your ugly stuff, or two, being a miserable homeschooling mom. Because you're around your kids all day, you're triggered all day long, and you don't get that break that moms who their kids are gone for 7 hours a day, those moms get a break. So they can handle a little bit more than we can in those hours, in the afternoons and evenings that they have their kids for the very short amount of time, and the weekends. We have our kids all day. So we're faced with those issues, and they are flat up in our face. And this is not to mom shame. This is not to judge. This is reality. Homeschool moms, we have a choice of making this life-giving for us or being miserable. And I choose life-giving, and I fight for it because I am naturally extremely introverted. I get noise sensory overload. I'm not naturally super patient, but there are routines that I've implemented in my life that help me to be more of the mom that I want to be. And I work on it every single day. So anybody else? Anybody else struggle? Are you always called patient and you're like, girl, I am not patient? I'd love to know. Yeah.
Growing Glow wants to know, does anyone struggle with mealtime preparation and cleanup?
Oh my good girl. Mealtime prep and cleanup. Yes. So I have had to, what have you guys done? I want to see your answers to her. What have you guys done for mealtime and prepping, even the planning of the meals and cleanup? So my kids are old enough where they have chore charts, and after every meal, everyone has an assigned chore. But my kids had to be old enough to do that. So I would love to hear what you guys are doing. If you are, oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are being vulnerable. Yes, I do mission-led mama. Girl, I love you. Yes, charcuterie boards for lunches. I do that all the time myself. They ask for it now, where it's literally just a high quality salami and cucumbers and bell peppers and some whole grain crackers and done. That's sometimes I say, kids, it's a snacky lunch today. Just make sure there's a vegetable. And my kids are my kids are old enough where they can peel their own carrots, and they know they have to have a protein and a vegetable. I don't require a carb, but they have to have it because we don't need to require a carb. We're all going to eat our carbs on our own. And we talk about nutrition in our house. Don't worry. But yeah. Okay, yeah, another question.
Lita O'Kinney.
Hi, Lita.
I'm struggling right now with what I don't know.
What are you struggling with? Let's be there for you tonight. Let's help you. Tell me what you're struggling with. Vika J, I do meal planning on the weekend so we know what we're having each day. Yes. Do you know what I do when my piano teacher comes on Mondays? That is when I meal plan and grocery shop. So I go to the grocery store for 1 or 2 items, but generally I order all of my groceries. Yes, I know my produce isn't going to be as pretty. I don't care. I am a working homeschool mom, so I order my groceries, and I order from 2 different grocery stores. And what I can't get here, I get there. And so that's kind of how I automate the system. And then I also can just click on my regular items. But yeah, I meal plan every Monday when the piano teacher is here. And it's good to have that. It's like a trigger. It's like a habit stacking thing that I do. So that's one thing. What do you guys do to make sure that you're on top of the meals and have food in your house? It's a struggle. I'm not going to lie. It's a struggle.
Jennifer does meal planning. There were paper plates.
Paper plates. Wonderful.
They have the same food, like Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday pasta.
Jennifer, I love that. In fact, I was talking to Scott 2 days ago that because I don't know if you guys know that I have a book deal now, and I'm going to be writing a book over the next 9 months. And I was talking to Scott seriously about having a 2-week meal rotation. And I might do it. And it's just a season. But I want to still be eating healthy meals, and I still want a variety of foods. But I don't want to be driving through Chick-fil-A every night. So I still want to have healthy, simple meals. And I feel like if I can have like a 2-week meal rotation of pretty simple, quick meals, that will enable me to have the margin to be able to schedule my time writing the book. Yes. Hi.
Marcel Alejandra, when's the last time to sign up for your program?
The last day to sign up for my program is December 15th. And what is today?
6th.
The 6th. So it is closing. The doors are closing. If someone offered me $1 million on December 16th, I would say no. It has to close because it's a founding members phase right now, and we are gathering all the founding members so that we can close the doors and really work and make this amazing foundation for our official launch in the spring. And the official launch is going to be full price. So right now is a window for you to get in for half price. For as long as you are in the group, you will pay half price. That will be grandfathered in forever if you join now. So there's info in the link in my bio. It's the very second button in the link in my bio. And you can find out information, and you can ask me. I'm going to answer your homeschooling questions tonight. If you want to know information about the group, why I even started it, that story is pretty cool. Why I started it, how to get in, please ask me in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to answer your questions. Because I hate salesy schmelzy. That's not me. I don't need that. The group is like exploding. I'm not here to be salesy schmelzy. That's just so not my style. So unless you ask, I won't talk about it. I'll answer your homeschooling questions.
Lita O'Kinney. I've been very sick and just letting my kids unschool.
Oh, Lita.
They craft and Legoland and read and draw.
Lita, can we give her some hearts? Double tap your screen for Lita. You're sick right now. You are doing the exact thing that you should be doing. And you know what? Years from now, you are going to see and be so thankful that you released yourself. Because here's the thing, your kids have a sick mama. They have to process that too. So too much academics is not the healthiest thing for them either. And no one knows your kids better than you and what they need. And they have emotional need as well as academic need. So I am so impressed by you that you have released that. And you're doing what is right for your family. And I hope you're going to be okay. How sick are you? You don't have to share. I know this is a public platform, but I'm concerned. How sick are you? Yeah.
Kelly Wilbur asked.
Hi, Kelly.
She asked earlier, how do you feel about letting the schooling moments come organically versus curriculum?
Yes.
For kinder.
Oh, what a great question, particularly for kinder. This is Kelly?
Yeah.
What's the username?
Kelly Wilbur. That's
Kelly Wilbur. Okay, because I had a couple Kellys join. So I wanted to know if it was one of the Kellys. So I love that you are already asking the right question. What is more valuable? Forced learning on a topic that a kid is not particularly interested in and not curious about, or ignited interest and then diving in on that area of interest? It's no question. Here's the trade-off. And this is one of the reasons why I started my community. Here's the trade-off. Your kid's going to be called behind. Your kid's behind. They're not learning the standards. Right? Because the state has these requirements for what every kid needs to know by the time they graduate first grade, regardless of the fact that if that kid is even interested in that or not. Now, I'm not saying don't teach your kid to read and don't teach your kid math. That's not what I'm talking about here. Those are like basic skills. That's different. I'm talking about forcing our kids, like I'm talking about giving our kids the freedom to have some interest-led learning in their homeschooling. This has paid off exponentially throughout my homeschooling years. I let my kids even choose the curriculum that I buy sometimes when they get old enough in subjects like history and science and stuff like that, because I want them to have the buy-in. I also want them to be able to evaluate if they like the curriculum. So my junior high son picked a science curriculum this year. He thought it was going to be awesome. Oh my goodness. It's going to be so cool. Because last year he chose something from this same company and it was great. But here's the other thing you need to know about curriculum companies is they hire different writers for different specialties. So just because you like a curriculum company for one subject does not mean you're going to like it for another subject, because it's not that same writer. They're hiring specialists, right? Okay, so my son came to me 3 weeks into the year and he's like, Mom, I just really don't like this. This is not interesting. I would much rather, and he was listing the things that he would much rather be doing. And I said, you know what? It's too late for me to return this, but no, we're not going to do this. Here's the thing. I want you to be learning in this area. What ignites your fire? And he listed to me things that he loved learning about that particular subject. And I said, hey, look, as long as twice a week you are diving deep, you're reading a great book on that, you're this, and we talk about it so that I know you're actually doing it, right? Because I don't want, we're not interested in educational neglect here. Then I want you to dive in and learn deeply and passionately about what interests you in this particular subject. And it's been going great. So you're on the right track there. Yeah, and this is something that we're talking about in my community a lot, because we have to deschool ourselves. We have to release ourselves from, it's like we know the system doesn't work. We know the confines of that system doesn't work and we want out. But yet, while we're over here in the homeschooling world, we're still comparing ourselves and how well we're doing. We're comparing ourselves to the system. And we can't do that. Why would we leave the confines of a system and then come and create the same box at home? Why would we be doing that? Well, the reason why is because of societal pressures and our own indoctrination. We don't want our kids to be behind. We don't want our kids to be behind. And so we need to ask ourselves, well, what is behind? That's a worthy question. Those are the types of questions we get after in my group. Now, I also don't abandon the practical help in my group either. Like, my kids are fighting. I have 12 loads of laundry. How do I get through my day? I think I'm going to die. We also address the practical help. But for us to be free and release ourselves from doubt, we also have to do this heart work. So my group is a combination of that. Okay, yes.
Okay, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Decentralized wealth. I just took my daughter out of school this morning. She's starting prep next year, 6 years old.
Awesome! Double tap for her. Give her lots of hugs. You pulled your daughter out this morning. Congratulations. It's going to be a wonderful road for you, and I'm so glad you're here on this live and that I met you tonight. That's really cool. Yay! Yes.
Miss Allie Lenore.
Hi, Miss Allie.
Would like to homeschool my daughter after 5th.
You should do it, girl. Yeah, and there's some strategies for homeschooling kids who are a little bit on the older. That deschooling period is going to be so important for you. Grab my 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. I have a section in there on what deschooling is, because you want your daughter to have that buy-in. She's going to be scared. She might fight you. She might not. She may be asking for this, but it's pretty common for girls that age to be fighting you because it's new. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know who their new friends are going to be, all of that stuff. So I would highly encourage you to look into deschooling, and you can have an introduction to that in my free 26-page How to Homeschool guide, and it's in my bio, and it's totally free.
She follows it up with, everyone always says, how will you homeschool and work from home?
Oh, I homeschool. I work full time. I work full time in homeschool. Now, I'm not going to lie. I get up at 4:45. But that is my choice. I don't have to, but I really feel good when I have a chunk done before my kids wake up. That's just my personality. That's not everyone's personality. And then I work again in the afternoons, and then I work again in the evenings. But we still have tons of family time. But I work full time and homeschool 4 kids.
Lily asks about the group.
Hi, Lily.
It says 19 now, and it'll increase to 37 when the group starts?
That is correct. It's 19 now, and it will increase to $37 a month in the spring when it launches. So this founding members phase closes December 15th. If you're wondering why it's half price right now, it's because it's founding members. So this is not a fit for everybody. You have to be willing to be a founding member with me. But as a thank you for being a founding member, it is half off forever, for as long as you are in the group. It means we have to work out some of the kinks together. Our appointment times are still being worked out. I'm still doing so much, though, to make sure that you're getting every single penny's worth of your investment at the same time. Lots of Zoom times with me and stuff. In fact, we Zoom tomorrow. We have an onboarding Zoom tomorrow on Thursday. We have our amazing workshop on how to thrive rather than just survive the holidays. We've already had Zoom office hours and our Christmas freebie in there. So lots of free stuff, awesome workshops. If you can't make a workshop, we offer the replays. So it's not going to be. It already is so awesome, and it's kind of exploding. So I need to stay calm. But explosion is good because it means that this is really needed, that moms need community, they need mentoring, they need to be told that they are not messing up their kids, and this is why. So it's pretty darn exciting. Okay, other homeschooling questions?
Well, Boy Mama says, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yay, Boy Mama. Awesome. You're going to be at the onboarding. Okay, good.
And then we've got, let's see, Brittany Buckley, who says she'll be joining the Founders Group.
Yay, Brittany. Awesome. Wait, are you already in there? I saw Brittany. Did you join today? I feel like I've already welcomed you.
And then...
or maybe there's another Brittany that joined. There's been a lot of people coming in. A lot.
Yep. And then...
Yes.
Masail asks, what's a founding member?
Okay, so a founding member is that this group is beginning and you are agreeing to begin this with me. What that means is that all the kinks are not going to be worked out. All the exact times aren't worked out. I'm not going to have the perfect PowerPoints yet for every single meeting that we have. Although I will have a really cool PowerPoint for our workshop on Thursday. So I'm pretty pumped that I already got our first cool PowerPoint for the lesson for you guys. But basically it means that you are part of this founding member. You're agreeing to start this with me, to give me feedback as a thank you. When you hop in the group, I automatically give you a $10 gift, and you get to keep that price for as long as you are in the group. When the group reopens in the spring, it will be its regular price forever. So right now is a little window, and it's until December 15th, and I'm closing it because I got to close it because I want to put our heads down with these founding members. I want to bond with them. I want to bond with each other. I want them to bond with each other because with this founding members, these are the founding members that have joined they are the people who have already been my people. Like they've been with me, following me, commenting for a long time already. So many people are like, I've been following you forever. Yes, I'm in. So those are like people that I say are my people who are willing to have a little grace if I make a mistake. Or, that type of a thing. So that's what a founding member means. It means it's really, really great right from the bat, but it's not perfect. And you're okay with that because you're building something pretty cool with me. And the last thing I want to mention about the founding members is I definitely view the founding members as the future leaders of the community in the future and in your own local spheres. So I am raising up the future homeschool leaders in your local communities and beyond. That is definitely how I view founding members. So it's a very special group and it's pretty exciting. It's been so fun. I've been loving the Zooms.
Okay.
Okay.
So many great questions.
Okay, let's go back to questions.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good. I love good homeschooling questions. Let's get after it, girls. Bring them on.
Growing Glow. Do you know of or have any recommendations on special needs curriculum?
Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of great curriculum that you can use with special needs. I don't know what your child's diagnosis is. So that's hard to recommend. What I will say, though, is that HSLDA has an entire department dedicated to helping you homeschool your child with special needs, and you should contact them depending on the diagnoses and severity. Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, so many.
And homeschooling special needs is so great because you're finally pulling, it's like the institutionalized system is designed for a conveyor belt of an education. And then we have these kids who are differently wired. Whether they're gifted or on the spectrum or have dyslexia or ADHD, they're just wired differently and they don't fit. They don't fit on this conveyor belt and the system fails them. So homeschooling a child with special needs, whatever those special needs are, twice exceptional, gifted, on the spectrum, dyslexia, ADHD, does not matter. Homeschooling is a way that you can accommodate every need that they have. And it's so exciting. I love homeschooling kids who have special needs. Yay!
Michelle, I have a 10th grader struggling in school with special needs and now thinking of homeschooling.
Yes.
And then that's also Brittany Owens. Any suggestions for a 15-year-old girl that struggles with language comprehension?
Yes. So I have a lot for the 15-year-old girl. I have a lot more questions and answers because I don't know you. I have not read her learning profile. Usually in my consultations, parents are sending me the IEPs and I am poring over it and analyzing it and then giving recommendations. So what I will say is that grab my 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. That will get you started. After you have read that guide, give me an email. I am still able to check my own emails. So please give me an email, and I make every effort to respond within 24 hours. I really, really do. I stay up later than I should to make sure that I get back to people's emails.
Just so many amazing questions.
Okay, yay!
We're doing our best, but we can only do so
Okay,
much.
there's so many questions. You guys, if you see one we can't get to, please answer. Help us tonight because there's just so many people in here and so many questions. Help each other out. I know you guys have amazing experience yourselves, and I don't have every answer. So between all of us, we can help one another. So please ask everybody. Put your questions in here, and if you don't see me getting to it yet, please answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Rihanna.
Okay.
I want to homeschool my kids, but anytime I
Water.
start to mention it, my mom lists reasons not.
Oh! The mom. The naysayer grandma. I'm sorry. Send her my TikToks. Yeah. Okay, so I am not minimizing that. I was just being a little bit silly there. So here's the thing. It's pretty disheartening to have your own mother or your own mother-in-law really against homeschooling when you know this is the best thing for your family. So a couple things regarding that, just to take this down to a serious level. Number one, you need to decide, and you probably already have, is this family member, your mother in this instance, is she on life's growth plan? Like, is she a teachable person where could you trust that if she just had all the information, she would end up agreeing with you? Like if you were to give her the books and the research and all of this, would she say, yeah, okay, well, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but I completely see how you would choose this and I want to support you. If she's in that category, awesome. That's that's great because she will see how amazing it is over time. Then you could have a family member in this other category, which is kind of like the unteachable, a little bit more. People call these people toxic, or sometimes they're even called narcissists, where no matter what you would say, it does not matter. Their mind is made up. They think homeschooling's wrong and no one should do it, and there is nothing that you could ever say that would change their mind. With people like that, I have those people too. Not in my immediate family, but in extended. The only option is to create healthy boundaries. To say, I had a friend. Are you here tonight, Nicole? I had a friend who had an awful Thanksgiving. They were questioning her, quizzing her son. It was just terrible. And she is trained in psychology, and she helps kids who have gone through trauma, so she knows her stuff. And she finally said, look, discussion of my son's education is now off limits. Where it was a boundary that she set, basically like, if you still want to have a relationship with us, this conversation is off limits. And she said it in a very loving way. And unfortunately, that needs to happen on this spectrum here. So it depends. Is the person non-teachable or teachable? And then you kind of have to go from there. And I'm really, really sorry that your own mom is not supportive. If you need support, please join my community because we are so supportive in there. We even have grandmas in there who will love on you. And because you do need to have it. And maybe you already do and you don't need my community, and that's totally fine. Maybe you already have your local support. But if you don't, I want you to have it, okay? It's so important. Yes, next question. Homeschool questions. Let's go.
Danielle Peters. I have a 7th grader that we're thinking of homeschooling due to severe torment. Where to start, please?
Oh my goodness. Can we give her some hugs? Can we double tap? I am so sorry. And that's trauma. And you see it. And that breaks my absolute heart. No child should be tortured at school. It's one of the most saddest things because our they're innocent. Where to start? I would say grab my 26-page, absolutely free How to Homeschool guide. Please grab that. That will get you on the road and it will tell you what you need to do, okay? And then email me. After you have read that and gone through that and you have questions, please email me and remind me, hey, I was on your live. I was the one that said my son was absolutely tortured at school and I got your guide. Here are some questions that I have so that I remember, okay?
Yeah, so
I'm so sorry.
Let's see. Gosh, yeah, lots of Kristen, Noel, how do I stop my mother-in-law tell my kids they're missing out and not learning anything? We've been homeschooling for a year and a half and she says I'm messing them up.
Yeah, you might have to set a boundary with is it the mother-in-law or the mother?
In-law.
Your mother. You might have to set a boundary and say, you know what? This isn't helpful for me. This isn't helpful for my kids. I am doing what is best for my family, and discussion about my kids' education, particularly to them, is now off limits. It is highly manipulative. It's pretty violating to judge you and question you as the adult. It is highly manipulative to be going after the children. That's really unhealthy behavior and subversive. So, I don't know her. I don't know you. It bothers me very much that someone is undermining you to your children and not supporting you. So, it might be time for some healthy boundaries in that area. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that. It's homeschooling is such a healthy choice for families. It boggles my mind that people are so indoctrinated to attack not only the parents who choose that, but the children themselves. Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Second year homeschooling my daughter while also working from home full time. It's so hard.
Yes. Working from home full time and homeschooling a second grader.
Yep.
Yeah, it is hard. I'm there with you. I'm working full time too. Yeah. What curriculum are you using? Is it so hard that you feel like you might die? Like, do we need to talk about curriculum change? Let me know. Okay, come back in the comments.
Carmen G. Worried about the social skills. They won't have time playing with other kids.
Yeah, since when? Yeah, so 87% of peer-reviewed studies show that homeschoolers have healthier socialization than public school kids. I don't know a single homeschooler. I've never even met one that was isolated. We have our co-ops. We're still on the same sports teams. We're still in the clubs. We're out in the cul-de-sac playing with all the neighbors. There is nothing. I have yet to find a social scenario that I have not been able to replicate if I desire to for my kids. So not only that, but in the book, Hold On to Your Kids, which is a very, very good book, the authors, Mate and Neufeld, they talk about this phenomenon called peer orientation, and they discuss how unhealthy the socialization in our schools is. Now, this is not a homeschooling book. They're talking about this social phenomenon called peer orientation and how our society is so conditioned to our children being peer oriented, meaning they're raising each other. It's kind of, think Lord of the Flies. It's a very, very good book. That we now think that is the gold standard for socialization. We think that Lord of the Flies is how all of our kids should be educated now and socialized, because that's what's normal. And they're like raising the flag and saying, no, this is actually an unhealthy phenomenon, and it's brand new. It's only 150 years old. It mostly recently from after World War II, they go into all the history of it, why it came about. It's a very fascinating read. And it's not a homeschooling book, but homeschooling is the answer. I would love to have a conversation with those two authors one day and say, why did you exclude homeschooling? Because clearly it's the answer. Anyway.
Yeah. Great.
I'm glad you brought up the socialization. It's such a worthy question to ask. It's the single highest concern parents have about homeschooling, and we need to talk about it. Do you know what being in a classroom with 30 other kids, your kids same age, is actually called? It's called age segregation. And do you know what your kid being forced to be in a school around hundreds and hundreds of other kids for 7 hours a day, 5 days a week? It's called forced association. It's not healthy socialization. What about the kids who are introverted? Like I was. I was never comfortable in a school environment. What about them? I get it. Some kids love being at school and they're extroverts and they love being there. That's fine. But don't say it's a fit for everybody. Don't say that that's what every kid needs. Don't say that. It's not. Right?
CJ.
Okay. Hi, CJ.
I homeschool my son. I've been told he might be dyslexic, but my state won't diagnose this. Can you help me?
Yeah, it's very common for states not to diagnose kids, because if they do, then they are legally required to have an IEP, and then they have to provide services. So, are you a homeschooler? That's what I need to know. Are they a homeschooler?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you might have to go and get privately tested, or you just figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
If your kid's struggling to read, great programs for kids with dyslexia is like Barton Reading, Logic of English, anything Orton Gillingham works for dyslexic kids. Handwriting, I don't know how old your kid is, but you want to look at Handwriting Without Tears. That was developed for kids with dyslexia. So you might not need a diagnosis and an IEP to help your kid, right? Yeah.
Missy White.
Hi, Missy.
Homeschooling my preschooler this year. How do I know if I'm doing enough?
Okay. Does your kid love learning? That's how you know. They're your child's in preschool. Preschool is all about curiosity and igniting their fire and reading out loud to them and letting them be outside. And most importantly, when they ask you a question, you get down on their level and you answer it because they're curious. And you teach them that their questions are worthy and their questions are worth being answered. Because preschool is about laying that foundation of a healthy orientation to learning. That's what preschool is about. A great curriculum. There's awesome curriculum out there. I like A Year of Playing Skillfully. That is a secular curriculum. Great, Good and the Beautiful. All sorts of curriculum companies offer fun preschool curriculum. Okay.
Audrey asked, should history be taught chronologically, or what is the best way to do it?
Oh my goodness. Audrey, are you in my group?
Audrey Donovan over on YouTube.
Oh, Audrey. And can we be best friends? Okay. The answer is no. I do not think history needs to be taught chronologically whatsoever. And I strongly believe that history should not be taught using textbooks. I have a master's degree in history. So I am well trained in how to make kids hate history through textbooks. Very well trained. And my kids will not touch a history textbook. We use living books to teach history. There's tons of companies that use living books to teach history. And you teach history through story so that your kids have this emotional connection. Because when you ask yourself, why are we learning history? Which is a worthy question to ask, right? Why are we learning history? We are learning history not to memorize facts, not to regurgitate the reasons why the Roman Empire fell on a test just so we can forget everything on Monday. No. That's not why we're learning history. We're learning history so that we can be changed and better people and learn from the past and understand the failings of human nature. And how on earth could something like the Holocaust even have happened? That is the question we need to be asking our kids when we are teaching them history. How on earth could that evil have possibly happened? And you achieve that and you get those discussions through reading living books where they are invested in people's stories about it. So the answer in short is no. We do not need to teach history chronologically. That comes pretty naturally. You can incorporate a timeline if that is a concern of yours. You can incorporate a timeline where if you're reading a living book, you have this larger timeline, and so you're able to show your kids, this is where this fits in. Boom. Right? On a timeline, and maybe you have a little picture of somebody and you draw it or something like that. But we do not need to be teaching history from creation all the way through. The other reason, now this is probably a better reason than what I just said. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, which is the better reason. The other reason why we should not be teaching our kids history chronologically is it takes too long to get through the history of the world. So there are programs where it takes 4 years to get from creation to modern. Well, your kid has grown a lot since then. And there are things about early history, Mesopotamia and stuff like that, that if we only let them digest that in kindergarten, they're going to be missing out when they get to 4th grade and could really dive into some really cool topics about that. But no, sorry, you're done. You already learned that. You learned that in kindergarten, right? So yeah, I'm a firm believer that history should not be taught chronologically. Is that controversial? Let me know. Does anyone disagree? Let me know. I would love a discussion. Okay.
Ashley Sturkey.
Okay, who knew I was going to go on a history rampage? What was that, 5 minutes? Sorry, guys.
Ashley, how do you face the almost holiday break slowdown? Mine took 3 to 4 times longer on core this week.
Oh.
So the kids are starting it.
They're getting senioritis already.
Yeah.
How about just do it? How about just lean in? Tomorrow, Thursday in my community, we're doing a lesson on the workshop is on how to thrive and not survive the holidays. And because I'm big in my group that we're not adding things to do, this is a life-giving experience being in my group. A lot of our discussion is going to be on what should you be taking away so that you have room and space for what you love and what you want during this holiday season. So it could be maybe you should be maybe your kids are giving you a sign that you should be taking stuff away. Maybe, I don't know you. And there's no judgment here at all. Maybe they're behind and you're like, no, we really need to get our work done. So no judgment here, girl, at all. So I don't know. Maybe my response was because someone else needed to hear it. So honestly, there is only love. Yeah.
Carmen G asks.
Hi, Carmen.
Can I withdraw my kids from school now and
Yes.
start homeschooling?
You can
I have to wait?
Nope. You can withdraw your kids whenever you want to, as long as you do it legally. Yep. Absolutely.
Lindsay Burr, my 6-year-old seems like he's losing his love of learning. How do you transition to less bookwork?
Yes. So you might need a curriculum change. If your 6-year-old is already falling out of love with learning, my first hunch, without knowing you at all, is that it's probably not a curriculum fit. So you want to maybe think about that. Yeah. I don't know for sure. I don't know you. So that is my first hunch. And you also mentioned too much book work. So maybe there is too much book work. Maybe he needs more experiential learning, interest-led learning. Yeah. Read alouds.
Amber Hester asked, my daughter's dyslexic and we homeschool and she's 9 and just beginning to read now. Is that okay?
Good. Absolutely, that's okay. It's more than okay. It's wonderful and it's at her pace. That's fabulous. 1,000%. Release yourself from that worry, okay? It sounds like she's on the right track now. Yeah. We did reading remediation for years. You are fine. Yeah.
Jason.
Hi, Jason.
What are...
A dude! We got a dude, you guys!
Yeah. What are some homeschool curriculum that you recommend?
Okay. It all depends on your homeschooling style. So there are 6 different homeschooling styles. And that is the first question you need to have the answer to before you can even start shopping for curriculum, because every curricula option on the market fits into one of those 6 categories. So are you a classical homeschooler? Are you a Charlotte Mason homeschooler? Are you an unschooler? Maybe you are eclectic. I don't know. So it's hard to recommend. I wish I could. And this is something we work through in the community. If you have any questions about my community, how to join, information about it, it is in the founding members phase right now. It is half off. The doors will be closing December 15th. If you have any questions, it's already 8:30. Any questions at all about my community, please ask in the comments here. And how it started, the whole reason why it started in the first place, it's a pretty cool story. It was like an accident, kind of, but it's like an accident that proved to be my calling. It's like crazy, amazing. Yeah. Okay.
I have a pre-K and 3rd grader plus newborn.
Okay.
How do I juggle this in homeschool?
Pre-K.
And housework.
Yes. Pre-K.
Pre-K, 3rd grader, and a newborn.
Okay, you are in, right this second, you are in the hardest phase of homeschooling. Period. You need to know that. You need to be released from that, okay? The nice thing about the oldest is 3rd grade.
Yep.
The nice thing about having your oldest in 3rd grade is that you still don't need that many hours per day to homeschool. They don't need to be done in one block. You can piece it out throughout the day. One thing that I will say is your third grader, and I don't know if your curriculum permits this, and it might be something to consider, is how independent is your third grader? And if your third grader isn't super independent yet, that might be a goal to work towards. We talked about this in my office hours on Monday, how to get our kids to be more independent in their work, some strategies for that. And but you could need a curriculum change just in this season so that your third grader can be more independent in his or her work, because your load right now is your mental load, and just keeping on top of the house and the other two babies is a lot. And this is not forever. But I'm going to acknowledge and double tap for this mama that this is a really hard season. It's an exhausting season. It's hard. For me, it was the hardest season of homeschooling, was when I had infants, toddlers, and then a young elementary. The hardest. Yeah. So be encouraged, okay?
Carla, I think Carla wanted to know how do we join your group?
Okay, the group you guys are asking about. Oh, look at, you're hugging this mama. See, this is what we do. We hug and support each other. I love it so much. If you want information about my community, it is the second button right in my bio. It explains what a founding member is, why it's half price, why it has to close December 15th. When it reopens in the spring, it will be full price, but right now it is half price until December 15th. So go and read up on that in my bio. And tomorrow is an onboarding Zoom. So if you join tonight, I will see you tomorrow. Yay! And then Thursday is our December workshop, which is how to thrive, not survive the holidays. The one thing you need to know about this group is that this is not another thing to do. No. That's not why I created this. We are making homeschooling easier, life-giving. We are getting rid of insecurities and doubt. That is what this group is. It is not another thing to do. You come here so that we can feed you, and that our mentors can love on you and take care of you and let you know you're going to be okay, and this is why. Like, solid reasons why. Very supportive community. So many moms have been commenting to me, I finally found my people, which is exactly what I wanted. So please consider joining if you are feeling lost, if you're not being supported by your family, if you're feeling insecure, if you're worried your kids are going to get messed up. You are a fit for this community, and the information is in my bio. Yes, another question.
Rebecca joined last night. She can't wait for tomorrow.
Rebecca! Yay! You'll be there tomorrow. Awesome.
Lots of people interested in joining. Will it apply to unschoolers too?
Yes.
Or more curriculum-based homeschoolers?
No, it applies to unschoolers. Absolutely. I support every type of homeschooling. It's also not a religious group. We support everyone's beliefs. We are not a secular group, nor are we a faith group. We are a non-sectarian group. And what I mean by that is no one is allowed to be ashamed of who they are. And we support everyone with their homeschooling priorities, whether they are secular priorities or faith-based priorities. We support you. No one is allowed to be ashamed of who they are. Yes.
Oh my, Josephine. Will this group be beneficial if I only have a 2-year-old?
Yes, so many. I think you might be like one of 20 already, I feel like, with 2-year-olds who have joined. And it's a great time for you to join because you are preparing yourself to learn so that you can start preschooling with confidence. You're going to start preschool next year when your kid's 3. So absolutely, because you'll start training yourself and being mentored and learning from the moms in there who are years ahead of you. This is an opportunity for you to be a fly on the wall my office hours. I have office hours every month. In my office hours, I want you hearing a high school mom asking me a question. That is so beneficial to you, even with a 2-year-old. Because you'll see the vision. You'll see what this looks like, how this plays out. So, and also there's I don't need to get into all the details, but we're making sub-communities within the community so that you can bond with the other moms who also have 2-year-olds and preschoolers. And then the high school moms are going to be in their subgroup within the larger group. We're making a moms of singletons. We have quite a few moms in there with only children. So they're going to have their own little community within our larger one too. It is amazing what is happening. So tomorrow I have my onboarding Zoom. So you will literally be face to face with me tomorrow. And then Thursday, for sure join before Thursday if you're interested, because that is when I am doing my live workshop on how to thrive and not just survive the holidays, which is so important because we're all so exhausted, aren't we? And this is going to breathe life into you. We are here to feed you because no one's feeding you. You're feeding your kids all day. Who's going to feed you, right? Okay, the link is right in my bio. It's the second button there right now.
Leah.
Yay, Julissa! Yay! I see you, girl.
Leah, 2nd grader, kindergartner, 2-year-old.
Oh.
I'm exhausted and discouraged.
Oh, will you join? Is that Leah?
Yeah.
Leah, will you consider joining? We can help you. I know you're exhausted. We can help you. We can help you breathe life into your homeschooling. Yeah.
Somebody asked if you could do SAT prep. Maciel asked...
I know. I used to do SAT prep. I don't anymore. I know a lot about it, but I do not do SAT prep anymore.
James asked, can they help with MCAT prep?
No. Oh, you mean the SAT company? Yes. Yes, she can. You should email her. Yeah. The SAT company, yes. Not me. No.
Maciel asked a great question. How long have you homeschooled your kids?
Oh my goodness. I have homeschooled since the beginning. And before I homeschooled my own kids, I homeschooled other people's kids at my center. I have been homeschooling a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's 8:40.
It's late, you guys. Any other questions? Hi. I'm sorry if you guys are just coming in. It's already 8:39. I've answered so many homeschooling questions tonight. If you are feeling lost or lonely or you're worried you're going to mess up your kids, check out what my community is. I have built a community so that I can mentor you and feed you and fill you up in your homeschooling journey so that you can homeschool in confidence and freedom. Please check out that link. The doors are closing December 15th, and they are actually closing, and they will not reopen until the spring. And when they reopen in the spring, it will be full price because right now it's the founding members. I don't need to go into what that means. You can read up on what it means to be a founding member, but you just need to know that it's open until December 15th, and right now the price is half off, and it is half off for as long as you are in the group. That price will stay the same for you as long as you are in the group, okay? All right, so thank you so much, you guys. It has been such a pleasure being with you live. This was a fun live tonight. I loved the variety of homeschooling questions, and I got to go on a tirade about history. I never get to do that. Are you still there, the mama who asked me on YouTube? We should start emailing.
Audrey Donovan? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you're still there, but now I want to email you and be best friends. Okay, all right, guys. I hope to see you in my community tomorrow. Good night. Mwah, lots of love. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.